Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am so excited to have you here. It means a lot to me that you spend your time with me, and I really wanted to peel back the layers of what it's like to be an entrepreneur. I love showing so many of the wonderful aspects of it, and I am so excited because today is a day of celebration. I also want to share with you a little bit of behind the scenes of what it's been like to navigate a pandemic as an entrepreneur. Today is our first day that we had an event at Flourish. We had a happier hour networking event. I love to make it easy and fun for people to network. I create a space where people really feel like it's at home. I mean, first we're in Flourish. The atmosphere feels like you're at home, so you're talking about things you love, and I don't include name tags or anything like that. Set up some really nice food and make it an atmosphere where women can just talk about who they are and what they love, and then naturally they start sharing about what they're doing, what they're passionate about, because it just pours out of us as people who are passionate about what they're doing. And it felt incredible. I was just talking to Lauren about how this space was just made to have people in here. It's made to support people in the community, to be a hub for women in business, in their career, in their lives, and support them. And it's just, it feels so good to finally be back here. But it took a long time to get here. It is almost a year and a half after COVID. We were shut down for 4 months. It was a really challenging time. I pivoted and pivoted and pivoted again. I launched online virtual events, and I thought that those would be a fantastic way to bring in revenue, and they were amazing for the community, delivered exceptional value, but we're not a profit center. And really the harder time was when we opened Flourish, and I was like, okay, we've been shut down for 4 months, now we're finally open, so now we're going to be able to make money again. And that was so challenging because it was easier to feel confident and have that inner sense of knowing that I can do this and I can get through this when I was accepting that the world was shut down and I couldn't do anything about that. But when it came to us being open, and we were so slow, we made $400 our first month in revenue open, and our first month of revenue ever was $3,600 or something like that. So we were just knocked back a few paces, and it felt so much harder to really constantly be innovating and be exciting and persevere through that time. It really took so much inner work, and I'm constantly in evolution of myself, but it really took focusing on my inner work at that time to be able to navigate that period, because we want so hard to control what's going on in our lives, and we're powerful when we accept that ultimately we don't control anything. And you really have to work on your mindset in those times to continue to persevere. And I think one of my skill sets that makes me a great entrepreneur is not only am I hardworking and strategic thinking, but I know resilience. And resilience is one of the best qualities that you can have as an entrepreneur or in life anywhere, right? Like, these different things in our lives transfer over from one aspect of our lives to another, and everything that I've learned about resilience in business translates to life, and everything that I've learned about resilience in life translates over to business. But it was really hard getting through those months. It took 3 months of being open to finally get back to our first month of revenue, and we did. And then things started shutting down again, and I unfortunately had to furlough my team. It was a big transition. I had to make some hard choices in order to be able to continue to be able to operate. And ultimately, the responsibility of a team of 4 turned into a team of 1 for the most part, with a little bit of outside help. It was a huge transition of me having so much forward progress, even if we weren't profitable, but knowing we were doing so much, to all of a sudden really like taking back what we were able to accomplish in a day. Ironically, I thought it would be harder. I thought it would feel worse. And there's something so liberating about making a decision in your life or in your business and taking that step, continuing to believe in yourself. You know, that was a risk that I took on. It's like, I am going to continue working on this, even though I hear people telling me, you know, maybe it's something to shut down, maybe focus on law. I really believe in myself. I have this inner knowing that I really wanted to continue having Flourish and having this be a space where people can gather and love and do their best work. I really gave myself freedom in that time, and it felt so free to just accomplish one thing a day. And people ask me so much, how do you accomplish all of the things that you do? I was just asked that question a bunch today. And the answer is I do one thing a day. And if you do the right thing every day, you will be so much further ahead in your life. When you make the priorities in your life that matter at the top of your list, the things that you have, the ideas that you have, the dreams that you have on your hearts, the visions that you have in your mind, they come out, they come into reality, they become a part of your life that you're walking through and living through. To finally be in a world where we can have events again, to finally be in a place where I've launched my online shop of contract templates, I've launched the Vault, I've launched Wild Ambition, I have Flourish, I have Dean Street Law. To be in that place again feels amazing. But I want to be honest and I want to be transparent with you that it is a lot to get there. It's a lot of belief in yourself, this inner knowing that you have that you can get through absolutely everything, and building resilience in your life, whether it's building resilience by trying something in a workout or trying something, challenging yourself in a hobby, and building that confidence in yourself that no matter what, you will always show up for yourself. You will always be there for yourself. You will always be supported and loved by your community and by the universe, and having confidence in that so that you can take the actions that you need to do in your business and your life to keep going, to keep persevering, and to be able to celebrate moments like this. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really want to be able to share my journey honestly, transparently, as much as I can, because it's what I wish I saw all entrepreneurs doing. I wish I could just peel back the layers of their life and know what's going on at different times and how they're getting through it and what they're doing. So I want to be able to share those things with you. If this is valuable content, if you love it, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, tag me on social media at Laura M. DiFrancesco, and there's some surprises below in the notes. So if you'd like a free masterclass on legal support, a free month of the Vault, and some exciting lifestyle design week-long masterclass, check it all out. All the information is in the show notes. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.